Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Wi-Fi battle, and today we're going to be doing a OU battle. I'm using a more standard team. Shout out to my boy Ezza. Well, it's not standard, it has Mega Slowbro, which isn't necessarily standard at all in OU, but I think it's relatively good. To answer the question that's going to be asked in the comment section, I had chicken parmesan with some spaghetti. Okay, I'm gonna answer you because you ask me all the time what was my last meal. Sure, and that was my last meal. Now if you guys missed any of my previous Wi-Fi battles, there's a playlist down below. Anyway, I'll cut it till we get to the battle. Be right back. Alright guys, so we have our first game. I actually really do like Mega Slowbro in this. I have Ice Beam for Dragonite, Psychic for Hitmonlee, Psychic for Tentacruel. They does have Mega Kangaskhan plus a few other threats, of course. Very weak to Melmetal initially, I think. And I can always go Slowbro if things happen. Yeah, I'm going to go the Melmetal lead. I think it has like almost no drawback. Maybe Jinx putting me to sleep, but actually, if I'm going to go Melmetal and I'm going to end up putting something else to sleep anyway, let me just go Zapdos, because Zapdos is faster than everything. It can get off a U-turn on the Jinx and do a ton. Yeah, it's faster than everything, and speed ties with Tentacruel, as well as the it's speed ties with Tentacruel, as well as the Mega Kangaskhan. As long as I keep Melmetal / Slowbro alive, I should be good versus Dragonite. This would be a good. I feel like I've played Mike multiple times. If not, there are a lot of Mikes in the world, but I don't know. I feel like I always do get Mike on the ladder. Let's see though. But yeah, I like Zapdos as a lead because it's faster. So if he leads like Jinx or something, it's better for me. Ends up leading off a Hitmonlee, which isn't too bad. Now, Rock Slide is the best thing he can do to hurt me, but what I think I should just do here is just U-turn out. It covers any switch he'd make, obviously, because I get momentum, but mainly I can just U-turn out into my Mega Slowbro, Mega Evolve, and click Psychic. Yeah, because at this point, like Rock Slide, like I said, it's the only thing he can go for. He might go for Bulk Up or something like that too. But he does switch out. Maybe Clefable is coming out, anticipating me to want to go for the Thunderbolt. Because Clef could take 2, yeah. So that makes sense. So as I said, Clef could definitely take 2. So what I want to do here is I think get up my Stealth Rock. Considering he does have that Jinx. I could go Melmetal, but I don't want Melmetal to take the hit. I picked the wrong Doug Trio. So this Doug Trio does not have Stealth Rock. It should have it though. Crap. Okay. That might be bad. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'll just go for Earthquake here. I'm already in. What I would have done was gotten up my Stealth Rock there if I had it. And that would have been nice for Dragonite. Obviously for weakening Jinx, but he actually ends up bringing out his Hitmonlee, anticipating me to go for Stealth Rock. That was a really offensive play. And again, it would have worked out had I actually went for Stealth Rock there, but I don't have it, unfortunately. So we're going to go for another Earthquake here and pick him off. The great thing is, even if he does switch out to Dragonite at this point to avoid it, I already have the damage on Hitmonlee for Thunderbolt. So there's Dragonite coming out. I would anticipate him to go for Earthquake here. We're just going to go Slowbro. Slowbro can take it. With Hitmonlee being super weakened and the fact that my Doug Trio always outspeeds and so does my Zapdos, I can knock it out with that, so I don't need to keep Slowbro as healthy as I'd normally do it. As he goes right for the agility. Ooh, he's going for it. This boy's trying to hurt me immediately. But yeah, I just Mega Evolve and click Ice Beam here. Outrage is going to do a good chunk. I'm not going to lie, if he does have to stay in. But it should knock me out, and I think Mega Slowbro's Ice Beam will be able to knock him out, especially because Mega Slowbro is really strong. This Mega Slowbro was supposed to be modest, but I don't have a modest Mega Slowbro. Or at least not, like I traded it to my friend, so at the moment anyway. I'll get it back later, but I think Bold is just better in this case. Yeah, he hasn't attacked me once. He keeps trying to get momentum, which is fair. Jinx is a very good switch that my opponent made. Jinx is definitely a good switch. Comes in on the Ice Beam, threatens me with the Sleep move. Every bit of damage though on Jinx is very crucial as well for like Ice Beam or anything too. Keeping Melmetal on the back for Kangaskhan is good. What do I want to sleep? I like Dugtrio Speed Tier too, but I want to keep this thing around. I'm assuming a Lovely Kiss is going to come out. We're just going to go Muck. I think Muck is easily the most expendable member. It doesn't have like Poison Jab or anything for the Clefable. I mean, while I do or don't really care about him only in any case, like I don't mind the Jinx Lovely Kissing me and then Ice Beaming me away. Eventually I will wake up, and the big thing is I'm just going to be able to switch eventually as well. What I want to do is actually go Dugtrio. I don't know if he'd Ice Beam immediately, though. But if I'm him, I might Combine into Ice Beam first, or try and go Hitmonlee there. Because I feel like Hitmonlee is a play he can make right now. So I'm going to make the aggressive Dugtrio play, because he might try and go for the Combine. And because of that psychic damage that I did get, where's he going to go? Tentacruel? Kangaskhan? Skippy. Ends up going out to Kangaskhan, okay. If I get any bit of damage on this Kangaskhan with Dugtrio, I think that my Zapdos is going to win this game. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake here, just for a little bit of damage. He can obviously Mega Evolve and go for Earthquake and knock me out, but every bit of damage on this, what I'm assuming will be eventually a Mega Kangaskhan, and like all these switches, man, if I had rocks, it'd be so good. But yeah. If I had rocks, like these switches would not be free. Let me Earthquake here, though. Alright, that was worth it. That was definitely worth it, yep. Especially because I can just go Melmetal now and just click Double Iron Bash. So I think that was definitely worth it. For sure. Another mon that actually does win, especially if Clefable does go down, which is why I'm glad my opponent thought twice about sacking that Clef, was the Dragonite. Like, my own Dragonite is really close to Agility Sweeping. I already got damage on Lee, I already got damage on Jinx. Though those two would have died to Outrage anyway. I just need a little bit of damage on Tentacruel, which is more than likely coming out now. And if he wants to stay in here, I need a little bit more damage on this. Like, I have multiple ways to win this game. But yeah, we Double Iron Bash. I'm actually very happy he stayed in here. It does a good chunk, of course, his Earthquake, but my Double Iron Bash is going to do a lot. And I believe it's going to put him in range of Thunder Punch as well. So that means I can follow it up with that. Well, I mean, I can also follow it up with Earthquake too. Thunder Punch hits Tentacruel as well as Dragonite. So Thunder Punch is better. He's probably just going to sack it as well. Though he may end up switching out into Tentacruel now on the Double Iron Bash. Yeah, this is why I went for Thunder Punch, because it not only knocked him out, but also covered a switch. Stinger sounds like Tentacruel. Earthquake, I think, with an O-Code as well. So I'm good with this. Look how much damage that did. Beautiful. So a double Thunder Punch is my play. At this point, Kangaskhan dies to Jinx. Hydro Pump is not going to knock me out. Yep. We have Kangaskhan in range of the Thunderbolt. I have Slowbro. I have Slowbro in the back. Obviously, he did weaken my Steel, and he knocked out my other Steel, so Jinx's speed tier is kind of threatening. I haven't shown I had Ice Punch yet, though, but I don't think that'll matter. Because at that point, depending on what my opponent goes out into, I may just end up just clicking Thunderbolt anyway with my Zapdos. There's a Hitmonlee, so that is a free Thunderbolt after anyway. We just click Double Iron Bash here. No point in keeping this thing alive. It dies to everything at that point. I'm happy. Okay, things are looking alright. Again, like I said, especially with my Slowbro in the back at full, I'm not worried about Dragonite. Though obviously Dragonite can now Outrage more freely. So I had like a cleaner way of playing this, I think. Surprised you went for Earthquake there. Considering I thought High Jump Kick was your best play, because it knocked me out. Obviously it could miss, but it also still hit Zapdos too. Anyway, big Zapdos comes out. Clicks that Thunderbolt, and it's going to start just picking off members. If he goes Clefable, it might actually end up being a misplay too. But yeah, while I am down 4-5, I'm far from out. Because Zapdos is a Pokemon that my opponent does not switch in very well to. At all. Hitmonlee will go down, yep. That is timid Zapdos. Go ahead and give me that. Kangaskhan goes down to U-turn. I have U-turn for Jinx as well to do a good chunk. I don't know if I'll knock him out. It's going to do a lot though. Jinx has very poor defense. So this is where it gets a little bit interesting because I'm assuming Dragonite's going to come out. And what I think I have to do is go Muck and sack it. Oh, you bring out Jinx. Okay, do you live U-turn? I guess you live U-turn comfortably if you brought out Jinx. So the cool thing is I get to U-turn out into my actual Muck and, you know, take the hit. And even if I don't, and like if I knock out Jinx, great. I lived on like 1. That's fine though. It's in range of Thunderbolt now. Keep my Slowbro healthy. Get in my Muck here. Go ahead and wake up Muck. I mean, it can't wake up now. It can't wake up next turn either, so my opponent might be able to fort KO me before I end up waking up. I'm going to click Toxic as well. It doesn't really matter at this point. Again, as I mentioned, my Muck cannot wake up at all. I think he might take this as an opportunity to set up with Dragonite, though. Or go with Clefable. That's a really odd switch because type advantage, I have the advantage because I am part Poison. But I'm also part Dark, so I guess you maybe want to get up Rocks for Dragonite. Like your own Dragonite and my Dragonite too. Yeah. Alright, so let's see if we end up waking up and going for the Toxic here. Toxic is always my play because it catches Dragonite. It limits Clefable. It knocks out Jinx. And I'm pretty sure the Kangaskhan dies to Toxic too at the range it's at. Hey, it looks like he went for Teleport. Because I went faster than him. So he definitely went for Teleport here. But yeah, getting that Toxic off on Clefable is going to be nice because that means Zapdos can just roost stall it. And if we see both Stealth Rock and Teleport, we can assume the last 2 moves are maybe Moonblast and Fire Blast, I want to say. But getting off the Toxic is amazing for my Dragonite. Though I can't really roost it, but my Zapdos can roost it. And also, my Slowbro literally gets to come out and click Toxic. So Skippy the King is gone. Go ahead and knock me out here. I'll be fine with that. They go for Fake Out into Earthquake. That's like Adamant too. That has to be. That is so much. Yep. I go Kangaskhan. I'm out of range of their attack, and my Thunderbolt should be able to 2-hit KO something, I think, with Poison. I could be wrong. But I know as long as I have Zapdos around, I'm good. Because Zapdos won't die here, and Thunderbolt is essentially free. Because Zapdos is going to be the key. The Thunderbolt knocks out Jinx, knocks out Kangaskhan. I don't know how much Clef is going to take. Let's see. Let me pay attention to this. Because again, the fact that you're on that timer is amazing. Nice. I think I'm going to Roost here. Because what I want is I want to lock Dragonite into Outrage so my Zapdos endgame, it wins, right? So what I'm thinking is if I Thunderbolted there and I took the Moonblast as well, I'd be at less or around less. Okay, so T-Bolt should knock you out. Thunderbolt will knock you out. And again, with this thing going down, I can also Agility Sweep him too. Though what he's more than likely going to do now is go Dragonite and Outrage. Which is what I want. I want him to lock himself in Outrage. I guess it might come down to a Speed tie as well. But that Kangaskhan looks adamant just based on the damage it was doing. So he does go Dragonite. Oh, wait, what? That's not Dragonite. Alright, well that was the wrong play because I'm faster than you and I clicked Thunderbolt. I've already shown I'm faster than you. I think he misclicked. Dragonite should have came out there or Kangaskhan. But getting rid of Jinx is also pretty crucial too, because I think that my my Kangaskhan or my Slubber might win no matter what. I think he messed up his endgame. Yeah, I think he messed up his endgame for sure. Because Zapdos doesn't die to Fake Out and Sucker Punch. I Thunderbolt here. Even if I die, I get in Dragonite, and I literally, like, yeah, I didn't die either way. So I didn't what's it called? I didn't miss, or I didn't lose a speed tie. Well, I didn't miss out on the speed tie. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. Because what happens now is he's gonna go out to Dragonite. I literally damage it, and then I go out to Slowbro and click Ice Beam, and I win. So as I mentioned, Zapdos was the key. So I go for Thunderbolt here. If he agilities, I can then, I guess, try and go for Roost. But I'm pretty sure I just spam Thunderbolt till I die. Because then Ice Beam is guaranteed to KO him. Doesn't even go for agility, which I think he should have. I think agility was the play, because now if I want to, I could technically use my Dragonite for a speed tie. But that's always a last case scenario. I kept my Mega Slowbro alive. I kept it healthy. And yeah, I'm going to be able to... Wow, he looks so angry. I'm going to be able to take every hit my opponent's going to go for here. And I'm just going to be able to knock him out with the Ice Beam. So that'll be game. I shouldn't die. No matter what. Like, even if he crits me, which is funny because Mega Slurber's ability outside of this generation is that he can't be crit. But look how little that does. Gonna hit this man up with the Ice Beam, and that is game. So this is kind of what I expected. I knew that Zapdos in the end game, especially with Clef being poison and his Mons being so weak, would be very important. The fact that I'm timid was also really important too. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do, guys, is because typically these take me a little while to find like better games. You guys said you didn't mind the longer videos as long as like one of the games is good, which is fine. I think that game was a really solid game, very close down to the wire. I'm just gonna keep the video going, right? And so whatever we get in the second game, no matter what it is, we're gonna play it, and then we're gonna end the video with that. So let's say we get someone with like Meowth, someone with actually the Pokemon that you see right here, like a regular Pikachu. Well, you can't get regular Pikachu. Like Pikachu, Mewtwo, and stuff like that. We're just going to play it out the same way. I wonder if we'll get Mike again. Nope. So I'm assuming a Mewtwo's going to come out. I always see a Mewtwo, but I'm hoping it'd be like something cool, like Victory Bell type things. Please tell me they put normal rules as well. I still have no Stealth Rock. Ooh, really cool team. Wow, Stealth Rock would be amazing. Gyarados, Zapdos, Alolan Ninetales, and Beedrill. Ah, man, Stealth Rock would be fire here. I think that Melmetal is easily the one of the best leads because it's the only lead that gives me... So my way of winning this game is going to be probably Outrage from Dragonite, right? That's what I'm looking towards because after I get rid of Alolan Ninetales, it's just so good. Without rocks, I'm really limiting myself in this. But, the reason I like Melmetal is because if they lead off a Beedrill, I literally get to click Double Iron Bash for free as they U-turn out into maybe Zapdos, and then Double Iron Bash into Double Iron Bash into any other attack will do it. Now if they lead off with Gyarados, I can just Thunder Punch them as well. You have to lead off a Beedrill, there it is. And if they try to Drill Run or something, they're going to get cooked by this Double Iron Bash. Again, they have two resistances, Zapdos and Gyarados. If Gyarados takes the Double Iron Bash, I'm pretty sure it dies to Thunder Punch even if it Megas, though don't quote me on that. But it definitely will die to Thunderbolt from at least Zapdos. And the fact that they're Mega Evolving this means they can't Mega Evolve their Gyarados. I'm not as worried about Beedrill again because Beedrill has really, really poor defense. Again, having Stealth Rock would be fire here, but I'm just happy to get two good games in a row. I could tell just based on the teams. So, Double Iron Bash is free. There's Venusaur. Alright, this is where it gets a little bit interesting because my opponent can for sure Sleep Powder me. However, I've missed 4 out of 4 Sleep Powders, and honestly, I'm so tempted to just say, I don't care about your Sleep Powder. How important is Muck in this game? It can lure the Rhydon. I'm going to go off Sleep Powder, because the most you can do is Leech Seed and Sleep Powder, right? Again, Sleep Powder can miss. This is the guaranteed turn to sleep. I can wake up here. I can wake up, like, not here, but like the next turn, guaranteed. And honestly, dealing with a Venusaur, which is very annoying for my Zapdos, this and Rhydon are very annoying for Zapdos. I'd rather just force the wake up, especially because I double Iron Bash did so much, and the most he can do is Leech Seed. And again, if I wake up, he doesn't get any recovery at all. So, this is great for me. So I do actually manage to get the first turn wake, and basically the only damage I've taken for an entire Venusaur is that U-turn from turn 1 because no Leech Seed goes anywhere. So I was a little bit lucky, but that was a trade that I was willing to make, and it worked. It worked. I took no damage, and Venusaur's gone. Gyarados comes out. I'm going to make the Zapdos play. As much as I don't really want to... Actually, no. I'm going to make the Slowbro play. Because Zapdos is actually really good, as I mentioned, and Slowbro basically gets a free Toxic off, I think, or a Psychic even. With Venusaur gone and the fact that they only have is because they Mega Evolve their Beedrill, they're not going to have a super effective Crunch, right? So I get a free Psychic off here. I get a Mega Evolve and just click Psychic. Yeah, that was a free Psychic. If they try to go Beedrill or something, it's going to take a ton, if not die. Because this is Mega Slowbro Psychic. If they stay in and go for a regular Crunch, because it's not Stab, it's not going to do anything. And the reason I went this over Zapdos is because I don't want to allow Rhydon to come in. There's Zapdos. Yep, nice. So again, this attack is unresisted by my opponent. Like they don't have a Psychic resist at this point. Oof, I would love to have rocks up. I'd literally get them up now too, versus this Zapdos. That is so much damage. I think even though my opponent can easily U-turn, anticipating me to go Dugtrio, they might be more enticed to Roost because they're actually in range of the Outrage. So that's just something to keep in mind too. They do go for U-turn. They're very aggressive and very nice. I can respect that play a lot. I like that a lot. If they go Rhydon, maybe I'll weaken them with Earthquake though, because I want to go for an Outrage endgame. Though they could go alone with Ninetales. They end up going Beedrill. Drill Run is coming out. I think you always go for Drill Run here, no matter what. So I'm going to make the Zapdos play. It's a little bit aggressive too, because damage on Zapdos does matter, because their Gyarados could be a problem. But between Melmetal and Mega Slowbro's Toxic, I should be good. Yep. And what I want to do is just go for U-turn here. I anticipate them to go for their own U-turn, which is why I think it's fair. If they go for Poison Jab, I'll get in my Melmetal after. But yeah, they should U-turn because obviously I threatened it with the Drill Peck. And what they should do is go out into Rhydon. And if they go Rhydon, I get to bring out Slowbro one more time. And again, I'm just keeping up so much momentum. And I kind of feel like I have to play this way because of my lack of Stealth Rock. So I get to bring out Slowbro now. I get to click Scald. If they stay in, no Thunderbolt resist after this. If they stay in, and this is just important to note, they also don't have like a real Dragonite answer besides Ninetales. But as I mentioned, bringing out Mega Slowbro now, going for that momentum, keeping up offensive pressure, and not really giving my opponent a chance to get rocks up for free is the play. And I think that's a lot of how we adapted as the metagame has evolved, right? Obviously, this game came out in November. It's way past November now. And I think we've definitely evolved since then, like in the way we play and stuff. Because it's more so about, it's not always about getting up rocks turn 1, but preventing your opponent from getting up rocks too. So what I want to do is actually a more aggressive play, and I kind of want to take advantage of the fact that a lot of, I'm from the US, so I always say this, I feel like, but a lot of players not from the US aren't necessarily used to Mega Drain Muck. So what I'm thinking my opponent's going to do here is they're going to go out into Rhydon, and I'm going to be able to Mega Drain them. If they go for Earthquake, fine. I don't care. Like, I get damage off on them, which is crucial. So crucial, because that's the only thing stopping me from Dragonite sweeping. They do end up going Gyarados, though. Respect to my opponent. Very well played. I'm a Toxic here. As a Waterfall. I didn't expect an Earthquake. I wouldn't die to Earthquake anyway. Nice. So I get up that Toxic, and the reason I want that Toxic is because my Dragonite can Roost Stall this thing for the most part, unless it's like Dragon Tail. So I kind of just wanted as much damage as possible. And this also means that when my Slowbro comes in, which it is going to come in now, because my Slowbro coming in basically covers two things. It covers a double into Rhydon, and it covers the Waterfall / Earthquake to go for anyway, and it allows me to throw off another Psychic. And again, Psychic with Gyarados now being on this timer and its inability to Mega Evolve due to the fact that they obviously Mega Evolved their Beedrill, it's just so much better for me. So I think I value that Toxic a lot. I'm actually having a lot of fun in this game. I don't know if you guys can tell. And now Psychic is they're in a situation where, okay, well, are you going to sack your Gyarados here? Because their Crunch isn't going to do much. It's not Stab. That might be a crit. I did a chunk. So 2 Psychics plus Poison will easily be able to knock out Gyarados. Obviously, again, I am weakening one of my Rhydon answers. However, with Mega Drain from Muck, I think I'm going to be able to catch them. A big Slowbro pulling through. And now another thing, with Zapdos as low as it is, and the fact that they have no other ground immunity, Dugtrio's Earthquake is so free too. So maybe Beedrill? Oh, there's Zapdos. That's fine too. I'm a Toxic here just in case you Roost. That'll give my own a 1-up versus you. I think they kind of have to Roost too, because if they don't, they're going to lose a Pokemon. I'm surprised they did that, because basically, if I get in Melmetal and click Double Iron Bash, a Pokemon is lost. A Pokemon dies. So probably Beedrill's going to come out now, but like I said, I literally bring out Melmetal and I click Double Iron Bash. Beedrill dies, Zapdos dies at 25%, Rhydon is 2 KO, / takes the damage for Dragonite, takes the damage for Dugtrio. So I think Roost was the better play on my opponent's part. I know they want to keep momentum just as much as I do, but when they're in this situation where they have a Pokemon that threatens my team, and then they're using it that specific way, I don't know. I don't agree with it. Because as I mentioned right now, Double Iron Bash is going to say, hey, I'm taking a Pokemon from you. I don't care what you got. Zapdos is going to die. Rhydon's going to take like 80%. Alolan Ninetales is easily going to die. And with Zapdos gone, that means Earthquake is free. You have to go Zapdos, it's going to die. Double Iron Bash is no joke. I don't care if you resist, my friend. And at this point, because of the Pokemon they have left, right? They have Rhydon. They have Alolan Ninetales, and they have Beedrill. I don't want my Melmetal to be in versus Rhydon and take an Earthquake. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go out into my Zapdos. I'm assuming they're going to bring out their Rhydon. Yep. I'm going to go out into my Zapdos, and I'm going to go for Toxic. Because Zapdos does not beat any of the Pokemon left. I mean, it kind of does, but doesn't. By that I mean, like, it can technically beat Beedrill with 2 Thunderbolts and Roost all the Poison Jabs. But, like, the fact that he has a Rhydon and an Alolan Ninetales, which is faster and can hit me with Ice Beam, and this thing obviously threatens me with Rock Slide, I just want to get off a Toxic here. They may go Beedrill, but then that means I get to bring in my... oh, I managed to land too. Hey, big Zapdos. So my Zapdos was good and bad in this game. Like, not bad, but it's decent. By all means. Nice Rock Slide. It's going to be able to knock me out. Nice. However, with that poison on my opponent, I believe that I can safely just bring out my my Muck and just click Mega Drain. Even if they switch out into... Beedrill would be their best switch if they do predict me to go for Mega Drain. But at that point, with this Pokemon on that timer, and again, having an Alolan Dugtrio and what I have in the back, my Melmetal, I should be good. And again, my opponent might not know about Mega Drain and Alolan Muck. Let's see if they do. Because they might anticipate me to foul play or something. Yep, see? Like, I feel like this is something that catches a lot of Asian players, I want to say. Don't know what demographic is, like, specifically, but I just feel like it is. So, I'm able to basically knock out Rhydon there with the combination of Zapdos plus Muck. And I knew this would work out that way. I feel like it always does. That's why you guys should subscribe to me on YouTube and see me use these Pokemon. Nah, jokes aside. And I just go out to Melmetal now. It deals with Beedrill. It deals with Ninetales. Ninetales has to hit a Hypnosis to even be a threat. And Beedrill does not knock me out with Drill Run, period. And if Beedrill's gone, then I do. Yeah, you have to go Ninetales there because you want your hope that your Beedrill sweeps me in the end game. But if Ninetales dies, then yep, at that point you lose. Even if you have Outrage on Beedrill, let's say you manage to Hypnosis me, and then you get me low enough to the point where Ice Beams, to the point where I do wake up, I knock you out, and then you go for Drill Run with Mega Beedrill. What I would do after is I would go out into Dragonite. Now, if they have Poison Jab, they lose because I just click Outrage, they die. If they have Outrage and they knock me out, I go out into my Alolan Duxtro, which is obviously part Steel type. I resist that. I go for Earthquake. Earthquake into Sucker Punch is a guaranteed KO. But that was a really good game, a really good 2 games. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, Zapdos was super key in the first game, and then even in the second game, did a little bit of work, I think. The Toxic on Rhydon was definitely clutch. But yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Check out the other playlists in the games. You guys want to check out my podcast as well. I recently started with my boy. Feel free to. That'll be in the end screen. Goodbye, my friends.